Yeah.
You know, obviously extremely disappointed, frustrated. Just you know, we worked. I thought extremely hard all week, putting a plan together. Guys, you know, good energy, excited to come here on the road. You know, we gotta play better. We gotta be better in all ways. And some simple things, uncharacteristic things. I think that happened early in the game where we didn't get the momentum on our side. You know, and then really it comes down to the end of the first half. You know, them scoring a touchdown, and then you know the turnovers really kind of changing the momentum of the game there. So you know, turnovers were going to be a key. We said that coming in. We knew taking the ball off them like we did early was going to be big. You know, and in the end, it flipped the other way. You know, we turned the ball over. So credit to them. They did a nice job with their game, their run game, staying on the field early. You know, in the first half, especially, I thought, you know, there's some things that we continued to tweak and adjust to do a better job against it, and what they were doing there. But just, you know, obviously the game got away from us in the middle of the third quarter there.
Thanks, Coach. Let's start with Nick here on front right. No, Mike. Go ahead.
Did you get an explanation from the officials on why that was called on Ryan that way, and what was the reaction to that?
It was just, they said it was illegal touching, so someone would have had to been covered up, you know, ineligible.
Joe?
As regards to the run game, defending the run, how difficult was it with Deontay Lawson going out, moving Campbell more into the microphone role, and what that ended up having to do for you guys at the Wolf position?
Yeah, at the linebacker position there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, anytime you lose a great player like Deontay, it's going to affect you. His leadership, he is the guy that makes a lot of the calls on the football field. Just seems like he's always in control. You know, we have trust and belief in the guys that come in with JJ, and you know, there's those guys take a lot of reps, and he's played a lot this year too. But yeah, I mean, Deontay, and you lose any of your captains, your top players, you know, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. You know, just your demeanor, you know, emotionally, but also, you know, just the execution on the field.
Go, Charlie.
You mentioned Jalen, or just the turnovers in general. What do you say to Jalen after that second interception goes for a touchdown, kind of back-to-back picks on back-to-back drives?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think stepping back, I just felt like early in the game, you know, there was different things. I mean, drops, just flat-out drops, balls we lost in the lights, just different uncharacteristic things, weird things that happened. And you know, I thought he was actually putting the ball where he needed to. We just needed to help him out a little bit. The screen pass, they jump it, you know, and you have to assume that those blocks are going to happen, and you're reading a different defender. But then there's the pick six that goes the other way, you know, and you know, I don't know if he, you know, just didn't see him or predetermined things, but you know, there's still a lot of game left, and I felt like a lot of things he was doing, he was fighting and battling and doing a lot of things well for our football team, and you know, we just all needed to be a little better. So you know, I thought he kept battling. You know, I looked in his eyes, and I think he's come a long ways all season long, and just the way he wants to go out there and keep leading the team, and you know, guys kept fighting for him. You know, so that's just pretty much what I shared with him. Just you know, have no regrets. Go out there and keep swinging.
Go back row, Tony.
Yeah, right here, Coach. You have a lot of players in this locker room that haven't been in this position before. What do you tell them, and how do you kind of keep things together, you know, heading into the Iron Bowl and the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, that's the commitment we make to each other when we come in here. You know, when you sign up to play for Alabama, you make that commitment to each other and the brotherhood, and you know, there's nothing in that room right now that says that there's anyone saying it's someone else that needs to be better. It's win and lose as a team, and you know, we made that commitment also, not just towards for each other, but that we're going to finish. You know, we're going to finish everything we do. You know, and that it's a big game next week, and you know, so we got to regroup, stick together. The right things are said in there by the guys, as much as they're hurting, and you know, just keep playing and you know, have pride in who we are and finish the job.
Stay on the back row, Colin.
Hey, Kalen. Do you have an idea of what, I guess, guess Deontay Lawson's status is going to be?
I don't. It's gonna be a lower extremity injury. You know, we'll evaluate. You know, further here when we get back.
Go ahead, Chase.
The running game coach was 30 for 70. Did you see the offensive line struggle or something else that led to that?
Well, I think I mean, I have a lot of confidence in what we can do running football, but I also think you got to credit a little bit of who they are and what they can do defensively. We knew it would be a physical game, you know, and you know, just some times where we got to stay on blocks, maintain blocks. You know, in the second half, again, the game gets away from you. Some of the things that we just weren't quite as clean on maybe in the first half, and you want to be better at, you're not able to call, and then, you know, the penalties there in the fourth quarter get you behind the sticks as well. So, you know, it becomes a pass happy game, you know, to try to catch up and lengthen the game to try to give yourself a chance to win. But, yeah, we didn't run it as well as we would have hoped early in the game. You know, and I think it's a little bit of both. I think usually what I've seen from us is that the 2 or 3 yard gains become 4 or 5 and some game breakers. And we just never got to those game breakers because we didn't get a chance to really, you know, hammer away, you know, enough, you know, with the normal amount of distances and the normal flow of the game.
Last 2 questions. Go ahead, Eric, on the far right here.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jackson Arnold's quarterback run game and also Xavier Robinson, the way he was able to just be a physical runner tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the story for them. You know, was those guys, you know, inside, outside, different ways. You know, just moving the chains and then, you know, hitting the explosives that you know that they had. And so, you know, it seemed like they were always falling forward. You know, and again, like you said, there's explosive plays that they had. So, you know, got to credit the toughness that they had. I think you carried it over 20 times in the game, both of them right around that. So, you know, credit to those guys on staying with their game plan, doing what they needed to do to win.
Let's go to the last question right here.
Coach, you mentioned the things that they did to make things tough. What were some of the specifics with Jalen and I guess what made life hard for him and you guys tonight?
Well, I go back again. I mean, I felt like there were some things that are pretty easy that we just that didn't happen for us too. You know, just short little concepts that you know would have moved the chains, easy throws and catches. You know, some drops early that take you off the field. Some third down conversions that we missed on. An explosive play where, you know, again, the ball, we can't find it, you know, and those were some of the momentum things that early in the game kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit, put them on the field. They kind of start churning the yards on the ground, winning the time of possession there, and just, you know, we couldn't get over the hump tonight, and that's the unfortunate thing.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.